and welcome to Live Your Life TV. I'm better today. Can you see? I know, so I thought I'd just get as much videos out as possible for you. You know what I'm like, innit? I want to do as much when I'm okay, because when I'm not, you know already there's an absence. It's nothing personal, it's just how things are for me at the moment, but I'm getting a better balance, and because I've accepted the fact that my recovery is slow, I'm going to take it slow, and I'm not going to pressure myself about what I need to be doing or what I should look like and represent myself. My aya. No. Go to my other channels if you want to see me all pretty and doll up, and that's what you've come for. Long. Come for the knowledge that I'm giving you. So anyway, hi to all my subscribers. Thank you for all the new ones. Oh my god, I'm so blown. And I was really shocked when I received a DM from somebody who a video was sent to them that they said they've never seen someone be open about a subject that I had left, and because they had experienced it. And I thought, I should leave a video like that as well, because I think a lot of people, especially women, it's really hard to kind of be open and honest about being an ex-convict or why you went to jail or prison. And the reason I've put jail or prison is because obviously in the UK they just call it jail, even though there are prisons here. And obviously in the US, jail is jail and prison is prison. So I'll just get to the title of my first time. And I think I want to leave this in a sense of I'm smiling because of the joy, and I can't believe I'm going to share it like this. But I hope that someone else is touched by it, leaves a comment, or contacts me some kind of way and says, you know what, Live Your Life, thank you for that video. It's allowed me to be more free. It's allowed me to not be hurt about the past and stuff like that, because that person really touched me. And I don't like to be naming things and stuff, but thank you so much for your DM. It really meant a lot to me. So here it is, you guys. I've never actually told the story of why, or my first time going to jail, man. Um, so obviously it's a long time ago, and it was just an incident with another female, but it pertained to my child at the time, my son. And I want to word it so carefully because I don't want to make a mistake and try and give too much away to make it be where it's a problem. I'm just trying to share, for those who know me already, my situation. And it's also so I don't have to keep repeating myself. So I thought I'd just be brave and come on here. Um, so yeah, it involved a lady and my son, and unfortunately, the lady was my ex partner. So let's just make it so you've got the frame and the picture. And I don't know at the time, obviously, I think women try to play stepmoms before their time, and I'm just not that kind of woman. You understand? I've never been. Like, when it comes to my children, I beg you in Jesus' name, don't. Just don't. I'm just that one. Don't play with my quacks. Don't trouble them. Don't nothing. So back then, right, he was going to go to his dad's, but during the week I'm hearing through the grapevine, because obviously with the community and the environment I was in around that time, we kind of had entwining friends. So I wouldn't say her friends were my friends. Bunda, you mad? No, we never played that Brady Bunch argument. But I had associates that associated with her crew. So word was getting around that she was going to do my son's hair when he comes over for that weekend at his mum's. And I was like, are you mad? No, that ain't happening, because obviously my son had long hair, and I'd always make sure his hair is crisp. I mean, if you see his baby pictures, you'd understand. Or if you see him growing up, you'll understand. No, man, she always had his hair on fleek. If it weren't in a ponytail, then she had it in dookie plaits, right? Which is obviously just box braids, okay? But back then they were called dookie plaits. Anyway, So I was like, no, I can't have that. You know what I mean? Because obviously her lifestyle ain't my lifestyle, and I don't want her hand in my son's head. And I've been grown that kind of way. So kind of understand where I'm coming from for a minute, yeah? I've been grown where um you don't have people in your head. It's just that simple. Even when you're going hairdresser, you stick to one hairdresser. You don't have two, three, four people in your head at the same. Are you mad? So I was always raised by that, right? You have one person in your head and you don't let any and anybody go in your hair. It's that simple. So I already know the caliber of woman that she was, and I'm thinking, yo, my friend, that ain't working, you know. So I was at work and I was thinking, no, I have to go to this woman's job and look. And now listen, I don't care which part of the grapevine is true or which part ain't the grapevine is true, but hear what I'm telling you, which is true. That ain't happening. You are not troubling my son's hair. And I was like, nah, man, I've got to go to, I'm at working and it's bubbling. And I'm like, nah, man, I've got to go and talk to her one away. Like, this ain't even no wait till he goes over there and I'm dropping him off and then there's big excitement and all that. No, I'm not interested because she's going to try a show out. It's long. I'm not that one. And I just want to kind of come to woman, one away and say, listen, I'm hearing some grapevine argument, yeah? And I beg you in Jesus' name, don't trouble my son. Say he's going to be all right. Nah, I was at work, man, bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. Look, looking at the clock, you know, watching the clock, bubbling, bubbling, bubbling. So it's time for me to leave work now. And I thought, nah, you know what? Before I even go pick him up or nothing, yeah, let me just fly to the, because she wasn't too far. So I was like, let me just fly up there to the mall real quick and just go in there and just talk to her. Because I felt it's a public place. You know what I mean? She's not going to really get too excited. So I kind of felt like, yeah, it's cool. I can go there. And if even if it was like she started shouting or whatever and the manager asked me to leave, I don't know, and go moonwalk myself right back out of the shop. But at least I came to tell you what I'm telling you. I'm not responding. You know them ones. It's like that. So I drive up there now. And as I'm driving up there now, I think I was playing some Tupac. And I was just really like just feeling it. And I was like, yeah, man, people's got to respect your movement, man. People's got to respect your life. You know what I'm saying? People got to respect what you're wanting. And I was good. And so I'll go in there now, and I didn't see her at first, and then all of a sudden she must have stepped out from some aisle of something, and I saw her. So I never shouted her out now, because that's long. Who's got time for that? We're not at no football pitch, and so I just kindly walked over there. But the angle I was, she wouldn't have known that I was coming up. If that makes any sense to you, and I don't want to give you too much graphics, but obviously she's walking across the aisle, I'm coming down, so she never looked to see up the aisle, so obviously I clocked her. So I go down to her now, and as I'm getting close, I was like, oh, excuse me, my girl, because obviously I ain't going to give name. I was like, excuse me, my girl. I was like, I just want to say, I don't care which part of the grapevine is true and which part of the grapevine ain't true, but let me tell you what is true. You're not touching my son's hair, you know, when he comes there weekend, and I'm gonna be straight with you, my girl's gonna get heat, because I'm not playing with my son. Like, I don't care what you and the daddy have, like, my girl, for real, I'm not interested. But when it comes to my son, I really don't need you to play no stepmother and care for my son, because you're not, we've been with the daddy that long for you to even talk about playing no blouse now, happy family. Yo, who go tell me to go and do that? My girl kick up and start shout out place, and I can't tell her nothing. She gonna do it anyway, red tear, all X, Y, and Z, this, that, and that. And I said, yeah, really? You think you're gonna trouble my son's head? After I've come to you politely and said, please don't even get involved in that. I've got that. That's me, innit? I don't really want no one in his head, if that's all right with you, out of respect. And obviously she went a mother, so she can't even understand the passion of where it's coming from. You get where I'm coming from, people? So anyway, she hoo-ha, hoo-ha, hoo-ha. And I'm just looking on this woman like, my girl, you're lucky, you know, you're lucky, you know, you're lucky. Swear down, you're lucky right now. But I'm looking on and I'm like, you know what? I don't care what you're saying, you know. All I'm telling you is it is not happening. And I'm begging you to not trouble my child. That's it, simple. By the time now I had said that simple, the manager came over. She's like, is everything okay? I was like, everything's cool. Thank you for your time. And I bopped. Who? Man ain't got time for that. Keep your excitement. Nobody come in for excitement. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So fast forward now, and the next couple hours later, the daddy rings me, and the daddy's like, because obviously, you know what I'm saying, he hear what happened now, and so he's like, how you got to the job and go talk, and I said, hey, what? I don't give a ff, because them time of man's mouth was disgusting. I don't give a ff about you nor your gal. All I'm saying is it's not happening, and if you guys think I'm ramping, ramp with me, then ain't it ramp. That's it, simple. Badness don't come from Jamaica. Badness is viral, my nigga. Bad, do it, jump, do it. Because you don't understand the journey of my life. So do it, do it. Make her do it. I'm telling you to make her do my son's hair. And you all will understand what I'm dealing with around here. I'm not responding. I'm not responding. Oh, you can't just go around and talk them thing there and rare. I said I can talk what I want when it comes to my son. I don't respond. It's only God alone can tell me nothing about my son. Nobody can't tell me about my son. Let me explain to you. Nobody can't tell me about my son. He's still waffling. I just hang up phone on that. Move from me, man. Man ain't got time to listen to your nonsense, man. You're trying to impress Gyal. I'm not interested in you trying to get a good touch tonight, bruv, because you've called your baby mother and try tell her what she can and can't do. My nigga, you ain't got that entitlement. So to me, you're just chatting wind. That's the way I saw it. From I'm done with the money now. You can't tell me nothing, you know. Shut your mouth. As simple as that. Bounce. Later. Not interested. Because if I wanted you, you'd be here. Simple. Not responsible on no girl road. Or aka no Gyala road. Gyala road don't bother me, you know. You understand? So if you're with an ex or you're with somebody, or bro, that's because I'm telling you, keep it. It's good. Keep it. I'm not bothered. I'm not fighting for no man that ain't got no respect for themselves. That means I ain't got no chance in hell to get no respect. That's the way I see it. So any man that's out there doing their thing and then feel like they're going to come back to me, come back to who? Me. Nah, I never stood in that line in heaven when I was being formed, you know. God never had you take back a man after he keeps disrespecting you and violating you and embarrassing you. No, not me. Not me. I weren't even raised like that. You see the ladies I was raised by my grandma, my mother, ooh, not interested later. And if I give you the history about them, you'd be like, raw, for real. That, da. And let me explain. My mum was married to, which is still alive, a legend. So my stepdad's a legend. She still walked away from it. Later, we're not interested. Yeah? And we're not better than nobody. It's the fact that we look on it that if we're godly women, how can we be with a man who's out there in the world? That's the concept of how we see it. No, thank you. I shall not catch no STDs or no as I die slowly to be with you. Goodbye. You can have him, and I move on with my life. So back to the story of why why my first time going to jail and prison. So anyway, I hung up the phone, not interested. And then about the next day, one of his sisters come to my job. And I was like, oh, wagwan. Because them time I spoke nothing but patois. So I was like, wagwan, what you there? What you there for? What? Meaning, why are you here? What's going on? Because obviously she don't come to my job, not unless we was going lunch, but since I've been separated from your brother, we're not on no flex like that. Like, you know, it's all manners and respect when I come to the house, or if you've come to pick up my son, but we don't really rock like that no more, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, she was like, no, I've just come to see if you're all right and everything. I was seeing what was going on and what's not. And I said, it's true what she's saying, it's right. And they never like it and this and that. And I said, no, let me explain to you, yeah? The thing for me, right, is this. I've been raised that way. So you're disrespecting me as a mum for my son. And you're not even been with the daddy that long for you to be talking about you putting your hand in my son's ear. That's the concept for me. If you guys had been together and this is where he's going to take his future, hey, what? I'm good. Play your role. But you can't play your role. Listen, I'm not trying to disrespect no woman. Anyway, let's move on to the facts now. So what happened is there was a dance, aka a party, and he was like, he rang me up and he's like, oh, you've never come to none of my dances, you know, since we've been separated, what's not. Like, you know, I'd really like you to come out tonight, and because it's Mother's Day and what's not. And I was like, nah, I'm cool. And he was like, oh, come on, man, please. Like, it means a lot because I'm playing against Rata. It was like a clash thing. And back then, those was big things popping. Do you know what I mean? If anybody knows about dancehall and them things, there's Stone Love and Bass Odyssey and all that, they'll understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying he was playing against Stone Love. Don't misinterpret me. But what I'm saying is it was a clash against another sound, right? Anyway, I was like, nah, I don't think so, and everything. And then his other sister got on the phone. She's like, oh, come on, long time we ain't got bust do dance step on floor, and because I'm an old dancer. And I was like, oh man, and I've kind of felt away, and I did, and everything she was saying. And anyway, I gave in, right? But I went with one of my girls downstairs because obviously them time I lived in on the first floor. So I drawed for one of my neighbours downstairs who goes to them things. I was like, you want to go out, this weekend? What's not? Or I think it was next weekend, or no, it was this weekend or next weekend. It was close, okay. And she was like, yeah, I don't mind. I'd love to go. I was like, all right, then cool. So I go and say to myself, right, then I'm gonna go. I think it was that weekend. I said, yeah, I'm gonna go. And I go, right, and I'm thinking to myself, like, what time should I go? You know them styles stick. Obviously, you don't want to go too early. You don't want to go too late. You know what I'm saying? You want to kind of get like, you know what I'm saying, just before everything start pop off and clash really start get sweet. So I'm there getting dressed now and everything, and I don't know. It's just I just didn't have a right feeling in my stomach. You guys. When I flash back on it more time, and especially when I was in prison, what I mean. I really thought, you see, I should have followed my gut instinct. I just never felt right in my stomach. Like, it was just unsettled, man. I was just unsettled, and even when I was driving my Beamer, I was like, looking at my Bridget, and I was like, you know what, maybe we shouldn't go. She's like, nah, come on, man, we're out already. And she'd have done lit from her yard. So you don't know when you get a lit friend already. It don't make no sense to tell her you're taking her back home. Because all she gonna do is cuss and fuss the whole time, innit? So I thought, all right, then let's just go for a little bit. Like I said to her, let's just go for less than an hour and then we'll just come out. Just so that, I'm saying, out of respect kind of thing. She's like, all right, then cool. So we reached there now, and obviously the doorman didn't recognize me. So when he asked me for ID and I gave him my ID, he looked back at me and he went, "Blows not. We never know say you English." Because that was my nickname. "English are you?" I was like, "Shh. I said nothing, no man. Just cool, no man. Yeah, go on. Shaman, start along, so no man. What happened to you, man?" And so we bust two Joe. So anyway, now walking through the hallway now into the venue, and the speakers are blazing, and you can see certain parts of the crowd. So I've already now, because I got on darkers anyway, because I roll when I rock out, because I don't want no man to make my eyes and think, say, he's sending drink to my table, because your drink would just get poured on the floor and the glass get put back on the table. I'm embarrassing, man, because I never come out here for you to buy me no drink. I don't know you. Why are you buying me a drink? I don't know what you put up in that drink. So what am I drinking it for? That's my stinking attitude. Enough man used to think I was rank, but I weren't rank. I'm just too logic. And I can't just take a drink and drink it. What if that's got something in it? See what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm not taking them risks with my life, Aya. So anyway, we walk up in there now, and I'm just scouring the place as I'm walking in, because obviously everyone's in packs and circles. Couple, two people by the sound system, one and two of his brethren, them, his brother was there. But I'm just scouring because I already know he's with the girl in it. So I don't want to go and stand up beside them or stand up beside people's or nothing. So at least, if anything, we're on two opposite sides of the room. There's a whole dance way for if anything come in my direction, I've got enough time to jump back into some Jackie Chan movements, or if I got to go into the streets and just take off shoes and start beat people. You get what I'm saying? Because it was like that back then. Anyway, I go in there, and as I'm walking, I start take a little bit slower steps just so that I can scour the area. And so obviously when I didn't clock her or none of her crew, I thought, wicked, okay, cool. So hopefully I can just be here and duck out before she come and her crew. So when I walk in now, and I stood at the entrance part, because it was like a big entrancey thing, yeah. The sound's to the left, and I looked over, and obviously he knew it was me. I don't even know how he recognized. Because I was with my brethren. Because when he looked, he went like this. And then he looked at my brethren and he went, God, he was just stunned, like, who's that? And I was like, I just sent him a one signal, them walk around kind of argument. Yeah, I'm there and I watch nothing. And he goes on mic about big up. I was like, looking at him like, you see, you. No, I'm not interested. But sure enough, she weren't there. I was all right with it, because if she was there, I would have felt like that's even disrespectful. But I'm not into them acting there. So anyway, now his sister see me, and obviously she clocked me. So she comes from the other side and across the dance floor, and and then embraces me and everything. And then, like, he must have put on a song that she and I used to dance to, so she leads me out, and I was like, nah, 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 nah. So I just walked around her in it and went and stand with the rest of his peoples them. So I was like, just to go and say hi, if you get what I'm saying, because obviously it's respect. His other sister was there, like, he's got enough sisters, so his other sister was there, his cousin was there, you know what I'm saying? It was enough of them. So obviously I'm a lady, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with them, you know what I'm saying? So I, go over there and embrace. And then after that now, I just went on the same side of them, but I went to the more entrance and exit side, where I came through in the arch. So yeah, I stayed over that side. So if I see her come through, it's enough time for me to turn, and then I can just one him and slide out. Not in it, them ones there. Anyway, people, let me speed it up for you. So I'm there in the dance now, and I'd say about 30 to 45 minutes cuts in, yeah, 30 to 45 minutes, I would say. A good 30 to 45 minutes. People's on the dance floor, it's people's them, and then they're calling me over from a dep. I'm in a dep and that now, so no, I'm not in a problem, I'm good now. And all of a sudden, yeah, I don't even know what made me look on the entrance side, And it's like I just turned and looked. And as soon as I just turned and looked at the arch doorway bit, I see her sister. And then I knew she was right behind her. I knew she was there. And I just said, oh, no. And I just budged my friend, them budged in like, yo, we're going to flex in a minute, man, because my girl's there. She's like, all right, don't worry about nothing. And so she comes in now, and obviously she just walked straight over to the sound man, in it, obviously him, and hug him up. And then she stood there with her sister and her next girl. I can't say the fourth girl was with. I'm trying to think if the fourth girl was just a friend of hers or something. I don't know. I didn't know that one, so I can't really say, to be fair. But I was just trying to go in archive memory. But anyway, it's irrelevant. So yeah, they're standing over there, and then I saw already, right, that she starts scouring the room, and I thought, right, so she shouldn't really recognize me, right? And let me explain why she shouldn't really recognize me, but then again, that's what I was trying to tell you on my last video about me and my wigs. Like, I think they just, like, I don't know, man, I don't know. But anyway, but I had on a full white wig, white glasses, and I just had on full white, like, I had on this bad trouser suit, kind of taped in, you know what I'm saying? My two sisters, them saying, how you doing? Like, man was class, man. I don't, do you know what I'm saying? Man was class, man looked class, seriously. And then I add on this white fur, long kind of drape kind of thing. Man was class, yeah. So it looked like a pantsuit, when I'm trying to say is, but it was more like a dress. But I'm trying to show you the fittedness. When you wear trousers, like, it's tight, it's not bodycon. So anyway, and I had on white shoes, white gloves, like, just snowed out. That's it. Just say I was snowed out, right? But I'd taken off my fur coat by then and tucked it. How you roll it inside, and then you roll it up, and then you sit it like on a box kind of thing, so it's good to go when you're ready. So yeah, that was me, right? And so when she's scouring now, I see her go like this, right? Watch this. She went like this. Meaning she looked back at him, then she looked back at me, as if to say, what's she doing here? So when I clocked that, now hear me, my girl, yeah, it's time now. She was like, cool. So she started to finish her drink. Obviously, I'm driving, so I don't drink, and I didn't really drink back then anyway. And we walk out. I didn't even want him, because she's standing over there. See, that's the kind of lady that I am. I'm not going to disrespect you or violate you or make you feel like I got one up on you or nothing like that. And I think it's because my mentality is I don't really care. Do you see what I'm saying? I don't really care about him. So it weren't something that it was a bother. So I never even yell him up or nothing. I think what I did is I turned back to his family, and I must have gave them a one. You feel me? Like, later. And then they all lated me back. You feel what I'm saying? And so I just came out. I think I must have got like, outside the venue, I think I must have got like a couple of steps. So I'd say less than 10 steps till I hear BITCH. But obviously, the words. And I was like, nah, 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 no, ain't nobody talking to me. So I ain't even turning around. And then she called my name. She's like, duh, BITCH. I know you hear me. I know you hear me. So my brethren was like, oh, no, are you serious? Are you serious? I was like, nah, just leave it. Come on, just leave it, man. And so as I'm saying, just leave it, she's getting closer to me and she's got her peoples with her, in it. Because I can hear them saying, oh, look, she ain't got nothing to say now, but she can come to your job and be talking all that crap, but she can't say nothing now. You know, them instigate the brethrens. Yeah, them ones there, yeah. Them instigated brethrens is what she had. So anyway, now, I turned around and I was like, what? What's your problem? What's the problem? What is it you want? And she was like, oh, do you come to my job and da-da-da-da-da, and I could have got fired. I said, how you going to get fired when there weren't no excitement? I said, you was the one shouting. Go and check the cameras. Ain't nobody got time for that. And then she brought in about, oh, and what are you doing here tonight? Why would you come here and this and that, knowing that I'd be here and all this kind of. I says, Michael, what's one thing you ain't going to tell me where I can and can't trot, you know? You never birthed me, you know, brethren. So don't come with your bright and face yourself. I guess she never liked it, so she pushed me. Anyway, you know, I didn't know that I had this key thing, which is a razor. I didn't know it was out to an extent. I think it was only a bit out. I don't know. But it was out. And so when she pushed me, my hand swung to box her. But I totally forgot I had my keys in my hand. It was just a natural reaction. And obviously, when I went to box her, it slashed her. And in total, they said, you know, she got over some serious amount of stitches. I don't want to say it because I don't want people to judge it. But, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a nice, well, from what I saw in the pictures, because obviously when that happened and then we saw blood, I was like, you see what I'm saying? And I just went in my car because I was vexed. You get what I'm saying? Thank God I didn't have no blood or nothing on me, which is weird considering I had all white. But I was vexed for that. You get what I'm saying to you? Anyway, I got in my car and I was so upset. And I was saying to my friend, you see what I'm saying, how people are? Listen to her friends and this and that. My friend's like, yeah, good, she deserves what she get and this and that. I was like, nah, man, nah, that's a matter, innit? Like, I swear I saw blood on her face, my eye. My key must have cut her. That's what I thought. Like, my keys naturally cut her. But when I looked at my keys, I realised that the razor was out. And I thought, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Seriously, even thinking about it, man, I was like, oh my God. That's done damage. And I felt so bad. So anyway, drive back home now. And I called the UK and I told my grandma what happened and stuff. And then she was like, oh God, sure, pray. This don't sound good. You know how elderly grandmas is. Lord God, why is this happening and all of this? And I was like, boy, I don't even know. So speed it up now. About 2 days later, I must have come in from work and the janitor for the building here must have said, have you been in your flat yet? So I was like, no, not yet. He goes, well, some detectives put a business card under the door. He said you need to call him. It's about an incident that happened on Saturday. Hear me? Oh man, you serious? He goes, yeah. He said it's very important, and you need to contact him, or else if he comes back, you know what I mean. He's got, you know what I mean. He's got to come with the rest of the team. Hear me? What? I was like, oh no, it's cool. So anyway, because I'd already spoke to my grandma and everything, yeah. I was kind of, I can't lie, I wouldn't say I was relaxed or I was feeling like, oh, it's cool to just want to talk to me, find out my side of the story. To be honest with you, it was more like, I just want to get it over with, because this is why I don't like people trouble me. There is that moment that I can snap. There is that. And I wish you guys would understand it was so much more as well behind it, which I should have said. But it was just a lead up in it. And I don't like people trouble me. It's just that in natural character. I don't like fights. I hate bullies. I've always fighted bullies in school for people. I just don't like things. That's just disgusting. I don't like it. And on that particular night, so anyway, yeah, I called the detective, and he asked me if I could come in. So I said, yeah, no problem. Do you know what I mean? Naive to the whole system. Never been arrested in my life. Never caught, no, nothing. So I'm just like, yeah, no problem. And when I go in there now, this is why to me, sometimes I have to look back and think. I could imagine that officer's face. But I could imagine that officer saying, no way. Because he even said it himself. So when I went to the police station now, gave him my name and everything, and he looked on the system and he realised my charges, he went, do you know your charges? And I was like, no, but I know that I'm facing a lot of time. He goes, yes, you're facing a lot of time, young lady. And I was like, yeah, now I heard the detective said. So he's like, well, I'll call him down for you or whatever and what's not. So yeah, I'm in there now, and the people them's telling me that my charges is are looking at 2 counts of life and 15 years. Yeah, my brethren. Lord, thank you for allowing me to laugh now, but I can tell you I weren't laughing then. My brethren, let me explain. Have you ever been told something and the whole internal system of your body shuts down and reboots by itself? That's the best way for you to understand what my body went through when the detective said that to me. My body just went shut down, reboot. Say that again. He was like, yeah, you're facing, you know what I mean, 2 counts of life in 15 years. I said, for what? And when the man tell me that the woman received how much, hundreds of, I thought, oh my God. Oh my God. Seriously, even thinking about how I felt bad, I did. I was like, oh my God. So anyway, he asked for my side of the story and everything else and what's not. And he said to me, um, that based on me being international, because obviously it didn't happen in this country, right? He said, based on me being international, he's going to have to speak to his superior and come back to me. Yo, that's some disgusting sit down in a cell waiting thing, you know. I really still don't. I would think I would, and just the thing in it, time just was going so slow. And then he comes back and he goes, yeah, unfortunately, she says she's frightened and all this and fear for her life. So I'm arresting you now on the charges of this and that, this and that, this and that. You have the right to remain silent. And I thought, this is bolly with my eye. I'm all thinking, yo, man never come here to come stay here. Man's just come here to talk to you. I got work tomorrow and everything else. Like, I was just like, nah, my son, what are you talking about? But what was blessed though is he was going to his daddy was picking him up from the Montessori school and stuff like that. So I wasn't too worried, if you get my point. And well, like, you know, oh, my child's like by himself. No, that's what I'm trying to say. I knew that he would have been with his dad, and obviously his dad stayed with his, you know, with his family. So he's blessed. He's got all his cousins, what's not. But my friend, let me explain to you. Sitting in that cell, right, was the most. I could just say the most frightening experience, the most humbling experience, the most flashes of life experience, the most, I don't know, man, a lot of everything, man, a lot of everything. You know, even rethinking the night, recapping the night, I should say, sorry. All that wishing it never happened, wishing I never go, being upset with yourself because you know your gut feeling wasn't feeling it in the first place. You know, feeding into that kind of energy, allowing someone to draw you out to that extent. Like, listen, my people, sometimes, yeah, people can trigger you off. And I'm begging you from an experienced person, if you can, walk away, please. Because anything can happen, and the repercussion is you probably ending up behind bars. And let me explain, it's not nice. So I had to sit in jail, and this is why I'm breaking it down for you like that. So I sat in jail because obviously they had to create a bond. At first they put my bond at some stupid price that I'm thinking, Where you think we're getting that from? So I sat up in county for, in total, I think I did like 4.5 months in total. Because I remember going court twice or 3 times. I think I went court twice for bail. And then the third time I went, I was granted the bail. Or did I go court 2 times and the second time? Nah, man, I think it was 3 times I went court. And the problem was, court kept being cancelled for me. So that's what prolonged it. But anyway, so yeah, I end up getting bail. I had to release my passport. My grandma had to send over some queen's head. Then was the time that I knew her little life secret. Like she like actually ain't got no money. She stacks. Obviously, like, and those who know my grandma, when she passed, she left in total 1.5 million. Yeah, so you can understand that when she was asked by my mum, obviously for the bail money, it was her going down to the bank and just getting that transferred, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, thank God that she was able to do it. I hate that I put her through it, but my uncles and their children, you know what I'm saying, they've given her a couple of experiences, but I'm the one that had the worst case, the worst time, everything, just the worst of it all. You know, then one's your grandchild, you know. But I'm really grateful that she was able to do it, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I come out now, and then I got a solicitor, an attorney, a lawyer, whichever one you want to call it. And yeah, I started to fight my case from outside in the free world. And I fought my case for about, I think my case went on for like 7 months. And then it was about to go to trial. That was the next one. And I thought, let me have a think on this for a second. You know, them ones like, because I know one thing with trial, which was good, just being around people that's had experiences of, you know, getting themselves into things and stuff like that. Hello, how are you? Thanks for coming in. How are you, Jeff? And I honestly can say that I knew that going to trial was not going to be good for me because of the charges I was facing and the length of time that came with them. It has been a while, my darling. Yeah, I'm just telling my story because I've had some people on social, like when they see that I've actually identified I'm an ex-con, they ask, but I've had some lovely DMs. So I just thought I'd share it for once in my life with the world, you know, because I'm not ashamed about it. I just don't like what happened, but I'm not ashamed that I went there, and I'm glad I did. But I'll get into that. So yeah, here's the story of it. So um I got a solicitor and an attorney, and so I was starting to fight the case. But I knew if I took it to trial, there was a chance that obviously you're dealing with a panel of people, and the length of time I was looking at, I really didn't feel that confident to put my life in their hands. So, what I did was opt to not go to trial, but take the judge's sentence, basically, is what it is. And I think what only saved me from not getting life in prison was, one, it being my first offense. Two, I was able to explain the history and prove the, you know, the text messages of the abuse and everything from her and things like that. And I think that was the only thing that saved me, as well as the Lord, my savior, because I think it was from him to just put me to sit down, because I was kind of, you know what I'm saying, in a few little other things that when I look back now and I think, oof. You know, them ones like, if we got caught for certain little things, yeah, we would have been doing some sexy little time rounds here. So you kind of have to kind of be grateful that, you know what I'm saying, your journey's been your journey, your path's been your path, and you don't need to worry about nothing no more, because, you know what I mean, you're young and everything, innit? But when you get older, it is that time where you can give back to other people to understand it's not worth it. And I feel like that's why there's so much people across YouTube and Twitch and live and everything else that speaks about their experience. And I always thought I should do it, I should do it one day. But I just didn't have the courage. I'm not going to be honest, because it's not something you really want to talk about or share with the world or make people feel like you're chatting just to kind of get ratings. No, I'm telling you because it's just something that happened, and that's what happened, and basically that's why I went to prison. And I did a long time, and I didn't get that do half. It was flat what I had to do. And I'm saying, I also had to deal with immigration and things like that. And listen, it weren't no joke, and I'm so grateful for the people around me at the time. Like my cousin, she came over, and then she stayed with me for a month before I was due to go in and do my sentence, and understood my son's pattern and everything. And then she took him back to the UK for me. And then I did my sentence, and then obviously I'd already said, yeah, I'm good to go. And then, yeah, that was me. I was able to go back and doing, what it is that I do with my son, and build back my life. So I feel like my first time, my last time, and I'm so glad that I lived to tell the story. I'm so glad that there's people out there that really and truly, for themselves, um, has rised above it as well. It was disgusting when you meet people and you're looked upon and you're like, oh, you've gone to jail, oh, you've gone to prison, oh, but you don't even ask me what for. You're just judging. And to me, that was disgusting. So I never said nothing to nobody. Like, if this ever gets to people that knows me back in the days, they would be like, no, wait a minute, that's a lie. Who? Blah blah. She's gone to prison. She's an ex-convict. Ah, that's why she moved how she moved. Maybe that's what they might say. But they will be shocked, because not everybody knows. My children know, obviously. But I never went around and advertised it. And, yeah, listen, I went jail, I went prison. I went because I'd done a girl. And no, because it's not that for me. But why I share it is because people like to judge, and I like to go to places sometimes, and there's conversations that sparks, and they'll look at me and be like, oh, you don't know nothing about that life, man. You could tell your Miss Goody Two Shoes. And I've got to laugh. And I'll be like, boy, don't judge a book by its cover, Don't judge a book by its cover. And if they draw me out to give them a bit more, then yes, but I don't volunteer to say, don't judge a book by its cover, because I'm an ex-con. Nah, it would be like, don't judge a book by its cover, but it would be where they would say, yeah, what you know then? And I'll be like, I know more than you think. So I'll still play that game. I'll be like, I don't know more than you think. And they'll be like, really? Nah, man, I can't believe that, man. You don't even look like you've ever even had handcuffs on you. I was like, man, please, I've been shackled. So when you're telling somebody who knows prison life what shackled means, where you're handcuffed to your hand, you're handcuffed around your waist, then that chain goes down to your feet, then you're shackled around your feet. Shackled. That means serious crime when you're shackled. They're not taking no chances with you. I wore red, okay? It weren't no joke. So I love it when I go and do that. But as far as me just to come and be like, hey, guess what? I've been jail, I've been prison. You'll never see that side of me. No one could ever say, yeah, she live your life you told me, or that's how I live your. Because they'll be lying. This is my first time ever saying, like in my other videos, obviously I've mentioned about being an ex-con. Book, that's it. Just so, because I know what kind of audience is coming across to me, and I do want them to understand. I know where you're going, I know your pain in it, I understand your journey in it, because I've walked that walk, so I can talk it. So that's the only reason why I'm sharing it, because I know for next year, with what I've got planned, I know that I'm going to get to a level of where I would like to be. And I want people to understand why I move, and how I move, why I move, because I don't care. Do you understand? All right then, Jeff, my darling. Thanks for popping in, sweetheart. I hope you stay blessed. You get me? I don't care. I'm here to live my life, and that's what I'm going to do. Regardless of anything, regardless of what's happened, regardless of nothing. And that's one thing I'm glad to show my children. Like, you don't make nothing stop you. Yeah, things might put you on pause. Sometimes a lot of people go to prison because God needs to talk to you. And I'm telling you, I'm so grateful I went. I really try to tell people, God, you know, prison was a good lifeline for me. I can't never ever knock that. You know what I'm saying? As part as well as meeting some amazing people up in there. Yeah, you got some people that you think, you need to be up in this. But you got some people that at the end of the day, life was life, and you feel me, we're all in here now, we're just gonna rock our time, and who's going home, who ain't going home, you done already. It's love all day long. Lifers, keep your head up, you get me? I always salute them, I always shout them out. You get me? I live with enough lifers, and you know what I mean? I really commend how they, you know what I'm saying, how they helped me to understand prison life. And because it's a whole different life. Okay, let me explain it. It's a whole different life, my peoples, for real, for real. It's not it's not what you think it is. All right, let's just leave that there. It's not what you think it is. Prison ain't no joke around here. So I'm just gonna leave that there and hope that, you know what I'm saying, my story or my journey or whatever it is has encouraged you to kind of see, yeah, dealing with certain foolishness or getting involved in certain arms house or all this gang business that's popping off with the youths them and all of this. Allow it, man. Leave it, man. It's not worth it. It's too much people behind bars, man, that could be in the community doing good stuff or doing a future for themselves. Now, don't get me wrong. My son's in there, so let's keep it 100 right now as we speak. But it's the journey that he had to take, and your past will catch up with you because this situation was from last year. You understand my point? So they were doing their investigating. So obviously it came across this year, and now we went court and everything, and now he's behind bars. So it's nothing no parent wants to see where their child is following certain footsteps. He didn't go for the same thing as myself, but the fact is he's behind bars, and I have to go and visit my son behind bars. And I'm just glad that I've had that experience. I don't get freaked out and I don't get upset. Mind you, the first time I went there, though, first time I went, but then the good thing is I started to do prison ministry. And the first time I went and did prison ministry, you guys, let me just share that with you. I cannot lie to you. I just flash back so much. The gates, the keys, the uniform. It was just uncomfortable for me, man. And even when I went to sing the song, because I sing, I broke down partway through the song because I was so humbled that these inmates are looking at me, and I used to be in their shoes, and I had to share it with them that I know what it's like. It's tough, but keep your head up and don't let no one judge you for being here. And it moved the whole place. But at that time, I just knew that God wanted me to let them know, you know, because I've been going for a couple of weeks, and I was just humbled by it. Humbled. And as for anybody, you know what I'm saying? So when I go and see my son, it's all good for me. It doesn't bother me. It's like, you know, I say to him, boy, you know what I mean? Just get this done in it. Come home and, you know what I mean? Just live your life. And he goes, it's true, mum. And then he asks me questions like, how was it for you? And this is the first time he's ever gone so deep. Even when, like, I go, like, you know, I try to divert the question and stuff. And he goes, mum, how did you do so long? I was like, I had to. What was I supposed to do? Ask him for the keys. You know, them ones to try and laugh it out. But to try and give him that strength because I know what it's like. So that's why if you got anybody incarcerated, I don't care if it's a phone call that you accept. I don't care if it's a letter. I don't care if it's a card. I don't care if you visit. Do something because anybody can be there one day. You feel me? And I'm sorry that I allowed my, you know, my emotions to get me because I'm a strong person. But I think when I touch certain parts of a journey, I'm not ashamed to share it because I want you to understand that it's it's something to me that I'm glad I did go. I'm not saying what I went for, but I'm glad I had the experience. I don't wish jail on nobody. And I'm not saying, oh, go to jail, you know, and it will sort your life out and God can talk to you. And that's not what I'm saying. But I always look on it as this. God does 2 or 3 things. He either puts you in jail, puts you in a coma, or he just calls you back to heaven. Now, I didn't want the other 2, so I was called to go behind bars. That's my mentality. I can't help it. Because behind bars, that was the attitude I looked at. I said, well, at least God never made something happen to me where I end up being in a coma, or at least God never made it be where my body was taken and my soul's gone back to heaven. So, you know what? I'm cool to sit down and see what it is he wants to tell me. And I loved it. It was rough. There wasn't no joke up in there. Trust me, I've seen some stuff. Nah, mate, I don't. That's just what I'm saying. Like, not for me. Thank you. I'm good. So I'm out here living my life, and I'm very grateful for all of you people. And I hope that whoever watches this, whether you can relate to it, or if you've never been to jail and you want to hear from someone who has, and especially a female, because as I said, there's many people on YouTube and all the other platforms that talk about it, but I just don't come across a lot of females. So listen, females, don't worry about it. Don't be shamed about it. I'm not telling you to go and sing and dance and brag about it, but just let it go, because I can tell you it took me years. I can't lie, it took me years to let it go. Now I felt so guilty for me putting my son through that journey. Yeah, as a mum, I felt so disgusted for what I put my mum through, and my grandma and people around me, you know, my brother and everything. That's the part for me. It wasn't so much, oh, I'm sitting in there because of some stupid gal and what's not. No, it was the fact of the domino effect. Yeah, so that's why for me it's hard to draw me out now. It's more time I just laugh at you, because I think if only you blouse not knew me. You know them ones. Like I said, I'm that one for you now. You better go and check my music video and realise, listen to them lyrics. I'm that one. I don't respond. I don't really care. Life is life. And if it's that for me, then it's that for me. I'm not really bothered. I'm like a Kodak. That's why I think I like Kodak's music so much. Because it's that for me, innit? I don't really care. Not bothered. Whatever God's plan is for my life, that's my journey. I can't do nothing about it, and I'm just gonna live it. You get what I mean, you guys? So with that said, thank you so much. I know it's long. I didn't even expect to be it so long. But you know what? I feel so blessed that I was able to be so open and honest and share it with you, right? And like I said, I really appreciate the love and support you guys give, yeah? So with that, I'm going to sign off. Peace, love, and joy, all that good stuff. You've done already. It's your girl. Live your life. And I'll see you again on another video. Might do another one on another subject, because like I said, I'm on the road tonight. All right, take care. Blessed.